Hello and welcome to round 2 season 4 of the tier 1 of the Drivers' Room Sunday League. Fuji Grand Prix track, GRX cars, which is the McLaren P1, the Pagani R, and the EF7 Fittipaldi. Flapjack is on pole, good for him, great pole position, great lap. Gadget there, the P1, he's second. RS3 Evo in the Pagani third. F1 SSD fourth in the EF7. Awesome Alex fifth in the EF7. Knee Jogger in sixth, he's in the EF7. Desert next, 7th. Vendetta in the Pagani in 8th. Mongino in 9th in the EF7. Lucas 10th. Daz, he's 11th in the P1. Bullet is 12th in the Pagani. Muller in 13th in the EF7. Moto Rev in 14th in the EF7. 30-minute endurance race. Expect 2 stops from the Pagani drivers, 1 or 2 stops on the EF7, which is a slightly slower probably lap time wise, but has better fuel consumption. It's confirmation of the grid as we go side by side. On board looking back there from the pole sitter as they come up to turn 1, a quiet turn right hander. Is everybody going to get through in one piece? Oh no, looks like Gadget got tapped from behind there. So now look at the cars, another bit of tapping, quite a lot of contact going through the first couple of corners. I will tell you, you need to take it a little bit easier. 30 minutes is still quite a long race, plenty of time to come back, strategies to come in. As you see in the top corner, somebody has an off again. I think that was, not sure, it looks like it might be Gadget, the colour of the car. As on board now is, oh, Bullet's gone too quick in the corner there and he's gone onto the grass. So now from Mungino's car, he's following Gadget through. Now looking back from the P1. You'll see how mighty the P1 is as it goes down the straight, and it'll pull out a gap, I'm sure, to the EF7 of Mongino. The background. There's Lucas, is he under threat there from Alex, who seems to have lost a couple of positions maybe in the first corner. Desert looks on the inside, no room there. It looks like Alex is going to get through past Lucas and move himself up a position. Lucas got the inside for that corner. Alex looks like he's got it moved, and a bit of contact again in the back. A twisty circuit, this not the greatest places to overtake. This is probably the next opportunity for anybody as they come up to the next corner. Oh, Volkas is well late on the brakes. He's looking not to take anybody out there. He's on board with Moto Rev. Oh, Desert's going the inside of Flapjack, or is Flapjack going on the outside of him? I didn't really see. Pretty tight there coming out through the S complex, the new chicanes. I think personally what spoiled the track. But it's a modern world of racetracks. As Flapjack's down the inside, Pagani's got probably better top speed. Flapjack moves over and takes the position. And he joggers up to a few places. Who's he knocked on the inside there? Is V8 that like to get the thing is, and V8's now got Muller on the outside. Back from RS3 car. Now he's gets green through the sector there in the lead, with Gadget closer forward in second, F1 in third, Daz in fourth, Mangino in fifth, Alex in sixth only just, because he's got Moto Rev, looked like he's tucking on the inside there. He's a superior speed of the P1, going to get Gadget past on this next straight. We'll see. You see that little red flash there as the DRS is opened. Tyre wise, I think everybody's pretty much on racing softs or racing super softs. So the difference in strategies is pits is Daz has moved up a good few positions in the first lap. Moto Rev Alex looking racy beside him. Muller brings up the tail of the field. So Gadget in the lead. RS second, F1 third. As we look now, he's Dad's gonna. No, he's not close enough to put a move onto Flapjack. But could he get a better run out of this next these sets of corners and get him on the straight? He's going to struggle because, say, the P1 is slightly faster by probably 3 or 4 miles an hour down the straight. His car's worked out pretty well balanced in a way because they're all at different strengths. Again, he's slightly faster than the EF7, but the EF7's far better on its fuel. And the P1 is probably quicker than both, but not the easiest thing to drive, and tends to only really get 7 or 8 laps in your strategy limited. Fuel wise. The cars are all settling down into the positions now. And we'll see as the strategies play out who goes where. Oh, Alex a bit on the grass there, and he's got a bit of a tail slapper. Dazers again close, coming through the tight complex on Flapjack. Just not the room there really to get through all those corners. Just took a wider entrance into the last corner. Might get a better exit, it looks like he has, but say the Pagani is slightly faster on the straight. And looks like Dez has had to tuck back into the slipstream to stay in touch. I think if the two cars were the other way around, I think Flapjack would have lost the position, but he's a big loser at the moment. He started on pole, he's down to 8th. Had a good first few laps for him. He looks the field going through, and Muller's now to 14th, and Nijog as well dropped to 13th, and Nijog to 14th, and Gadget Here in first, pulling out a bit of a lead now. He seems to have pulled a little bit away from. And there's a bit of a slide going into that. But pull out more of a gap as he comes. Doing it through, it comes out of these S's. RS seems to be struggling with his grip. Alex there in 7th. Flapjack and Des are close together again. This is third lap on the road, this battle between them. As RS is first person in the pits on lap 6. The others in the race to super softs. Ooh, Lucas has had an issue. Just cut the tail end of it there. Gadget now comes through a clear drop. He's probably got 2 laps of fuel left. Will he come in at lap 8 or lap 9? F1 is always quick and dangerous. Daz, his tyres are starting to go as well. To come over to complete lap 7. Moto Rev is very close to Mangino now. There's Desert and Flapjack again. Bullet there in 9th. Lucas in 10th. V8 in 11th. Rolling out to 12th. RS down in 13th after his early stop. Jogger there in 14th. You see how the EF7s are kept up to the P1 for the twisty bits, final S's, but Daz is going to pull away here. Even in the slipstream you'll see the car stretch its leg and Gadget's gone in the pits. See as RS3 gets through before Gadget comes out in the top corner. You see Gadget in the pits. And out he comes. Has he got much of a clear track in front of him? And RS looks like he's gone through the first cut. Ooh, very early on the pits. As Desert takes a look again at Flapjack. Getting really close through the first corner complexes in sector 1. Oh, a bit of a touring car action there. Gadget's come out in 13th after a stop behind Jogger and RS3. Moto Rev is still very close to Mangino. To come down to the tight right-hander. That's where they're at. No, they will be now, I think. Top square corner, you can see there's a more action if you want to look, because Desert again is looking at Flapjack. I think Flapjack's going to come into the pits and Desert's going to follow him. As Desert probably done another lap there and try and get the overcut and get past. V8 in the pits. Lucas has gone through, RS has moved back up, Muller there in 7th. His Moto Rev looks to take a move, coming to turn 1, and Mangino looks like that he's got that move done. Gadget's now back up to 8th. So some of these EF7s will be on a one-stop strategy, so that'll probably going to, if we see all the pit stops finished, probably around the lap 14 or 15, that will see where everybody's starting to come out. Mejo is having a nightmare of a race. Oh, as RS moves back up for place on the inside of Locus before coming into the final complex from sector 3. V8 has got Bullet for company. So F1 our leader now. Looks like he's going through, so I think F1 is on a one-stop strategy. His tyres are in good nick. Motorhead and Mongino go in the pits on lap 9. Alex is in the pits. So put RS3 back up to 5th. No, Mongino stayed out. Oh, that's it. He must have pulled out. The thing is, Miller goes in the pits. And Nijogger stays out. That goes through. Bullet and the 8 on the Paganas are through now. So on lap 10, F1 SSD is our race leader. Fuel is pretty low, we'll probably see him coming in this lap maybe. The good thing about the F7, you can short shift it. It doesn't lose too much power. SF1's in the pits, Longino's gone in, so RS3 will now take the lead back. With Gadget in second. Daz is up to 3rd. F1 comes out the pits now. In 4th place, Deza is in 5th. There's V8 in 10th, Bullet in 11th, Locus in 12th. Looks like Muller's getting close to Locus there. Locus seems to have got a better drive out of that corner. So I'm going to stay with those while they come down to the fast chicane, and Muller's got himself in the slipstream. Is he going to get close enough to make it? And Locus has stepped out. It's going to cost him traction wise going on the grass, but I don't think Muller's close enough this time to make a move going into the tight hairpin to come through the chicane. Now who's going to get the best exit out of this final corner? All important. No, Locus stepped off the slippy stuff and lost traction. think this is going to allow Muller to get through. No, he's kept up, but no, then again, Muller's pulling out, they're coming to the first corner. And he goes through and moves up to 12th. As RS now got his mirrors full of gadget and he's got a bad case of going wide there, and that's going to allow gadget to go through, and RS is going to lose a couple of places. How close was Daz? No, he's kept second, but he's lost a lot of time to gadget there. Maybe a bit of pressure told. Daz there in a great third position at the moment. So RS has gone in for a second stop from that 12s. Drop a couple of positions as F1's gone through, and I suspect it's fueled to the end. Motor rev. Dez behind him, Mongino there. Alex in 7th. Fat Jack in 8th, V8 in 9th. Bullet in 10th. RS comes out of the pits now in 11th place. Moore's in 12th, Warcast in 13th, and Nijago in 14th. Gadget, our race leader on lap 13. As we're coming in the last 10 minutes of the race. Seems pretty settled at the moment. There's nobody really fighting anybody each other. One bad exit from a corner. Gives you the acceleration of these cars and you can get yourself quickly under threat. F1 SSD in third position there. In pretty strong place because I don't think he's going to pit again. Motor rev. And Daz has gone in the pits. It's probably for his final stop. Dazza went in there as well. Motor rev has gone in, so these are our two stoppers. We'll get a better idea after this lap where everybody is race wise, as we see the cars in the pit stops. Daz comes out back in 9th. There's Fat Jab in 7th, Bullet in 8th. Looks like they've got enough fuel to go to the end. Well, I'm not sure, we'll see. Alex there in 5th. Mangino's in 4th. Motor Evers in 3rd. F1 is now up into 2nd. Gadget is our race leader. Is he going to pit this lap? Yes. You see in the top corner there's Gadget in the pits. There's F1's coming through the final complex of corners. And looks like he's going to take the lead because Gadget's just pulled up to get the fuel on board. And Motor Evers through as well. And Gino's through. And Alex is through now, and Gadget's coming out the pits just behind Alex into 4th, but in front of RS3. There's Fat Jack in 7th, with Bullet close behind him, both in the Pagani cars. Of course, we want to see more action of Driver's Room. Jammy D does live streams of the DREC and DRSL and DRSF championships he's in. AGT Racer also does the Tier 2 DRSL and DRSF and some of the DRAC, and puts the duck. On his channel he'll do DREC races and the odd DRSL. Please see the other guys' channels, the great videos, great commentary. Looks like 11th, 12th and 13th pretty close together. Is Knee Jogger going to put a move on Deza? No, he's got a bit deep into that corner there. He's up back now from Alex. Is that vastly superior speed of the P1. Who's Gadget back over into 4th place. Mongino is his next target. Oh, looks like Deza's putting a move up the inside of Locus there. Has he got it gun? Looks like it. You can just see Locus in the right hand side. Bullet has got past Flapjack at some point. V8 who's been at the rear, Locus in 12th there, that's followed by Knee Jogger. Is Knee Jogger trying to do, he's got another move, there's RS3, he's just going to go up on the inside of Alex, coming into the tight hairpin. There's battling here as Desert to break a gap between these two. Knee Jogger looks on the inside, going down to the hairpin. Oh, look at this baby ghost in there as Locus gets all out of shape on the grass. Could have had a sticky moment there. Desert's next target is Muller in 10th. So in the last 4 minutes now, Daz goes up for another place, up into 7th. Can he catch Alex and get Sips? RS3 there in 5th. And Gadget is gained on Mongino now. Took a tighter line there. Motorel's got a bit of a gap there up from him into 2nd in F1. I think might have too much of a lead now with under 3 minutes left. RS3 getting all squarely on the power and the power slide coming out the corner. Fat Jack in 8th there. Oh, Desert looks like he's got up to Muller now. He's going to sit behind him and try and get a move done on the start finish straight. Both are in the F7. So the same car, obviously. Oh, Muller's gone wide there. He's gone into the sippy stuff. It's going to allow Desert up on the inside. Gadget's got past Mongino. Now the superior speed, he's going to let DRS open, move himself up to 2nd. Two Paganis fighting for 13th and 14th. So looking up the screen, we've got another fight going on as we join that as it's on board with Mongino following Moto Rev. By the way, it's a great race for him. He's come up from last place to third. So he's run a good race, must have had an awful qualifying. Mongino's gone through to take third place. He's also moved up a few places. Alex here in 6th, Daz in 7th, Flapjack in 8th, Dazza in 9th now. Willow in 10th, Nijoglu catching behind him, I think. Locust there in 12th. V8 and Bullet 13th, 14th, catching up to Locust. It's just going to be the final lap for him, 20 seconds left. So 5 seconds, it's going to be the final lap, F1. Looks like he's got this in the bag, he's just got to take it cleanly through this last set of turns. This guy gets it ever so closer. I think one more lap and he would have had him. Mongino there in 3rd, Moto Rev in 4th. Ooh, Mongino's getting all squirrely as we look now as F1's come out the final corner and heads towards the finish line to take victory in round 2 of season 4, the Drivers' Room Sunday League. Great race by F1, another great race by Gadget there in 2nd, Mongino in 3rd. Moto Rev in 4th. This is the battle there going in the top corner on board with Muller and Fatjack. Also Alex in 6th, Alex 3, 5th in the end he was. Daz, nice 7th place. Deza in 8th. You can see in the background the scrap for the final points positions.